back with Mountain Flyers coverage of Interbike 2013, sponsored by Reeb Cycles and Leadville Race Series. I'm with Mark Vanek from Marin Cycles. What's going on with Marin Cycles this year?
Yeah, so really big year for Marin bikes. 2014 marks some big changes in platforms as well as models for us. Biggest news, updates to our popular suspension bikes with 27.5 wheels. And you can see that in the two most dominant models in our range, and that's the Mount Vision and the Attack Trail. Also changed with it will be the suspension systems that'll be used on each model. This little model here helps illustrate the two systems that we'll be coming out with in 2014. First and foremost is the tried and true quad link system. This is our multi-link system that we've had in our lineup since 2003 under different iterations. Consists of two links that allows us to tune axle path as well as shock leverage ratio and pivot location. With the movement, what we get with quad link is an initial rearward movement before centering in a neutral arc, which really helps allow the rear wheel to climb up and over obstacles. Makes a big difference both climbing and descending, but predominantly for descending, for taking care of braking bumps, square edge hits when you're braking, coming into that corner, really helps keep the wheel under control. All the hardware rolls off of sealed enduro bearings on the bike, so very active, also very durable, lifetime warranty with all the bearings on this system. And again, this quad link system will be used on more of our all mountain enduro style bikes, so the Attack Trail model, which will be at a 150 rear suspension travel rating. On the opposite side, we have a new design called IsoTrack. We're really excited about this. This is coming out new for us in 2014. What we're doing here is focusing on a suspension design that has a lot of the positive attributes of quad link, which is a progressive leverage ratio, so a bit of a rising rate design, but simplifying it in terms of hardware as well as weight. So IsoTrack saves right around a quarter pound, half pound off of quad link with the reduction of a lower link, vertical struts on the system as well. With it, what we wanted to do is make a suspension system that's still very active. We want the bike to have a nice crisp feel to it on a bigger terrain, but again be a little bit lighter for your XC trail rider or like enduro racer. So 140 travel on IsoTrack. Again, single pivot system with the large kind of delta box construction, so it's really rigid. In the back of the bike, we'll show you on some of the models, but we've engineered a flex zone here on the rear dropout, and that's to allow 3 degrees of articulation at the rear axle, and again that's to help to keep the rear end nice and active. So again, you're coming into a braking situation with a lot of chatter. It's keeping the wheel nice and composed, but again reducing weight compared to quad link systems. So 2 systems here, and we'll go through the bikes themselves on how they sit in the lineup.
All right, so we got a new quad link. No, we got the tried and true quad link, and we've got the new IsoTrack. And this is for more cross country, and this is more for like enduro and gravity?
Yeah, this is definitely more of like your all mountain style. At 140, it definitely is kind of bleeding into your trail mountain rider. But again, it's a system that's going to give you a lot of efficiency and a low weight for XC trail style riding. Where with this, we're looking at quality of travel being first and foremost for big mountain riding. We're really high speeds, lots of terrain that comes up and surprises you when you come around a corner, going off that drop, whatever. So yeah, 2 kind of distinct personalities in the suspension.
All right, the new IsoTrack is a half pound to 3/4 pound lighter.
Right around a half pound, actually about a half pound to a quarter pound on there. Yep.
All right, let's check these bikes out. All right, Mark, tell us a little bit about the IsoTrack and what kind of bike you'd see it on.
Yeah, so this is the Mount Vision. This is the XM Pro model right here in front of us. And this is the series of bike where IsoTrack is found. Again, 140 travel bike. In terms of frame features, we're looking at 67.5 head tube angle and a effective 74-degree seat tube angle on this bike. A lot of key features in the frame itself. Again, all new platform, so full carbon construction on this bike for a mainframe and swing arm. Comes integrated with internal routing for derailleur brake and dropper seat post routing. Again, we want the bikes to be really versatile for riders, so there's full external routing options as well. So if you're out on a trail, you're on a multi-day riding trip or enduro race weekend, and you're having to service the bike, you want to run the plumbing for your brakes, whatever, external, no problem. You can run that on here. Some integrated features on the bike include a bash guard on the down tube, which again protects the frame, but also for external routing options, protects all your housing underneath it, so protects it from rocks and elements from being damaged. The rear of the bike also has a new modular dropout system, 142 through axle here. Dropouts are interchangeable between our different models, so again makes it easy for sourcing parts, repairing things, anything of that nature. Drivetrains on the Mount Vision and the Attack Trail is also really tailored for however riders want to set their bikes up. Bottom bracket is a standard 73 mil threaded system, so really easy for the home mechanic as well as the shop. But what we do is we have a adapter plate system that works on the bikes to really allow options for the riders on how they like their drivetrains to be set up. So if you're a single ring type of rider, you have a single ring plate system that lets you run an ISCG 05 single ring guide, so the bike set up nice and tight. If you prefer a double or a triple chainring setup, there's a different plate that's installed that has an internal chain drop guard, so even with a multi-chainring system, you still have really good chain retention protection on the bike.
All right, so it's easy to customize this bike to whatever trails you want to ride.
Exactly. So this bike or the Attack Trail, if the rider is looking to be more of a general trail rider, you can set it up with that single or double for low weight. If you're wanting to do more gravity style riding and you're a single ring guy and you want to have kind of your downhill type setup, you can run that as well. Yeah, it really just kind of leaves it up to the rider on how they want to tailor the bike that kind of fits either their riding style or the terrain they live in.
Well, all right, that's the Mount Vision with the IsoTrack rear triangle.
Yep. So you'll have a few different models here. Tops out at about $7,800. That's the XM Pro right here. Again, 140 front and rear. Carbon wheel set on here with the UST tubeless ready bead. As it sits right here with 235 tires, we're at 25.5 pounds, so really light for a 140 travel bike. And then starting models will have an alloy front triangle, carbon rear, and those start in around $3,000.
All right, that's the Mount Vision. All right, coming up in 2014, I'm Butch Peterson. This is Mark Vanek from Marin Cycles, mountainflyer.com.